Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. So, today I am here to talk to you about the $1.8 trillion American Families Plan. Well, first of all, what you are listening to is the Love and Money podcast with Shakira. And so, what has been unveiled a couple of weeks ago, I talked to you about the nearly $2 trillion plan. That was a different plan called the American Jobs Plan or the American Rescue Plan. And that focused mainly on preventing evictions, foreclosures. Um, it talked about infrastructure, energy, things like that. But what is being proposed right now is a different plan. It's $1.8 trillion and it's called the American Families Plan. So I'm just going to recap. If you didn't watch President Biden's speech, I'm just going to recap what's going on, what's being proposed by the president. So, what is being proposed, it hasn't been passed yet, but what has been proposed are several things that I'm going to list now. This is not all inclusive, but just to give you a general idea of what is going on. Okay, so number one, universal preschool, meaning if you have a 3 or 4 year old going to preschool, they'll be able to go for free. That's number one. Number two, 2 years of free community college. If you would like to go to community college, it may be transferred to a different college, like some people do. You would be able to go 2 years for free at a community college. Number three, they're proposing family and medical leave. So currently, a lot of people are having problems getting time off of work. So this would alleviate that. If you're dealing with things such as having a newborn child, or say you have a sick relative, um, or a serious illness going on, this is proposing family and medical leave up to 12 weeks. So this plan, what they plan to do is they plan for it to go over a 10-year period. It's not something that would happen right away. It would be a gradual, like these things are proposed to happen gradually over time within a 10-year period. Okay, so another thing they are proposing is 2 years tuition to go to a HBCU. So if you desire to go to a HBCU, you would get 2 years of tuition. Another thing is increase the award size for Pell Grants. So if you need a scholarship to go to school, or rather, you need a loan to go to school, allowing you to have access to more loans in regards to the Pell Grant so that you can go to school if that's the only way that you can go to school is by getting a loan. Another is extending the child tax credit. Um, so, in the event that you do have a child, you would get a credit, and so when you file your taxes, you would you would get money back for that. So, a child tax credit. They are saying that you would not pay up to 7% of your income if you have a child that is less than 5 years old. Okay, another proposal is to increase the income tax rate from 37% to 39.6%. And another proposal is to increase the tax for capital gains for those who make over $1 million. So currently, with capital gains, well, first let me describe to you what capital gains is. Capital gains is any profit that you make on a purchase. So, say for example, you own a great big huge apartment complex. Say you own 300 um, units of an apartment complex. Say that you bought that apartment complex for, let's see, say you bought it for $5 million, and then you hold on to that apartment building for 5 years. and that apartment building, you bought it for 5 million, but now it's worth 10 million. So you sell it for the 10 million, you have 5 million profit. So as it stands now with the capital gains laws, you wouldn't have to pay any money on that profit that you made. You would be able, if you found another apartment building, you can transition into another apartment building without paying what is called capital gains taxes. So that's what's going on now. But his proposal is to start taxing capital gains for those who make over $1 million. So naturally, people who are wealthy aren't going to like that because they're used to not being taxed. So now they would be taxed on that money. So that is the proposal. Like I said, it hasn't been passed yet of some of the plans that are um, going on for the American Families Plan, the $1.8 trillion American Family Plan. And like I said, this is proposed to happen over a 10-year period. So as far as with the capital gains, if that actually goes into effect, what would happen is if people are discovering now that they're going to be taxed for selling, naturally they aren't going to sell. They're going to hold on to it. And this isn't any. It isn't going to hurt anybody actually, because as you know, with the presidency, it goes from the Democrats getting into office to the Republicans getting into office to the Democrats getting into office to the Republicans getting into office. So what they do is they just change the laws back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth, and people learn how to use the laws according to their advantage. So I just wanted to let you know what is going on with the new proposal. And this is the Love and Money podcast with Shakira. If you like this podcast, please share it with one other person. Please hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. It helps the algorithm. And thank you for listening.